So I'm going to give you a hack this morning you might be interested in. I'll give you a little backstory. So the first time I did this trail, the Arizona Trail in 2014, and I would see tanks on the map, I just assumed they were tanks like I experienced on the CDT, where these ranchers had these metal above ground swimming pool looking tanks with a windmill with fresh water going into them. They look like clear Michigan lakes with weeds growing in them. And I just drank that water. And then from there it would come out of that tank and go down to the cows. But these tanks are basically just cow ponds. And not just cow, but elk and probably everything else. And they do more than just stand in this, I'll guarantee it. So it's some pretty nasty stuff. And so what I did in 14, after finding this out, was I would filter it, pre-filter it. Still look pretty nasty, but I had a stove at that time, so I'd boil it and drink it. But I'm a little smarter now. I am carrying a bee-free filter, but you just put this water through a bee-free filter, or probably your Sawyer or anything, the life of it is going to be very, very short. So let me show you what I do now. Now this isn't really too bad. I mean, I've had mud pies come out of some of these tanks, but you know, I swish the water, the top of the water, a lot of times floaties, bugs, but still there's stuff at lower levels in the water too, so a lot of times you get really a lot more than this. But whatever you get, you don't want going through your filter. So let me show you what I do next. So, you know, you can do what I said before with boiling it. And with these Migo bottles, you could pour it right in the Migo bottle. And in the old days, if you put it in a Smart Water bottle, you know, hot water, you just collapse it. So now what I do, instead of using my bandana, or my buff, I should say, I use shop towels. You can buy these things at Walmart, any parts store. You know, when they get wet, they don't just fall apart. And so I just set that right over my water catchment, which is basically my, you know, Ziploc container. Comes out pretty fast. And the nice thing about these shop towels are, you know, you can wring them out and use them again. So all my floaties, everything caught on this side here. And what I usually do is, you know, pack it in, pack it out, but pack it in, wring it out, pack it out. Now I'll just fold this up. It'll dry out on the back side of my pack all day, and I'll use this to clean my feet at night. I just wet it again, clean my feet. And that's gonna save your filter by putting it through something like this. It'll work even better. It'll filter out more than your clothing will. So this is Shuff's tank. And really there wasn't as much Shuff in this one as some of them. So up here in the Mogollon is like walking through a park setting. all these big, beautiful pine. You can see way through the woods. See a lot of elk. When I come to these tanks, I try and be a little quiet. Yeah, usually there's something drinking. You know, water's an attractant up here in this country. And this has been a dry year. But another thing about filtering with those shop towels is when they dry out, I said I use mine to clean my feet, but you can also use it for a fire starter. You can use it for toilet paper. Again, it doesn't fall apart. Even if I use it on my feet tonight, I can dry it out tomorrow and use it again. It's like a washcloth until it finally does wear out. So makes a great filter. Think about it. So here's a hack. Actually, one of my commenters called it the Durston recliner or something like that. But can't take credit for this or Durston. I've been doing this for years, but I learned it from Colin Fletcher, the man who walked through time, 1,000 Mile Summer. He used to do this all the time. I saw that and I thought, well, that's a great idea. So if you don't have a tree to lean up against, just make your poles work, put your seat pad down, lean back and relax. So that's where we're headed. I knew I was going to see these mountains this morning. That's north of Flag. That's after I fix my boots. I know I'm getting close to Flagstaff because I'm starting to see a lot of mountain bikers out here. 6 of them have passed me already this morning, and they're not very friendly. I said good morning to every one of them and didn't get a peep out of any of them. Of course, they probably think I'm a walking freak show with my umbrella. And maybe I am. So another hack, especially when you're buying clothing, is to try and find these kangaroo pockets. So I've got a sun hoodie, I've got 2 puffies, I've got a wind shirt, and I make sure I've got at least this kangaroo pocket in each one of them. And it'll save you from trying to carry a fanny pack or a belly pouch, whatever they call them. A lot of people are carrying them now. They want to carry their snacks up here where they can get at them. Well, you can do that if you've got these kangaroo pockets. Now my hooded puffy has these hand-warming kangaroo pockets, but then it's got a zip pocket here too where I can keep things. I would like that on every one of my layers, but you know, there's no closures on this, but once I put my hip belt around here, you know, it keeps everything secure. Everything seems to sit here in the middle, and I've never lost anything, so you can keep, you know, a Cliff Bar or, you know, whatever in there. Now my wind shirt has the kangaroo pockets, but I use that in town when I'm doing laundry. I'll wear those ballet wind pants and my top, and it has a little zipper pocket in it, but if I were to ever buy another wind shirt, I would want a much bigger pocket to carry things. And then my non-hooded puffy has a left-sided zip pocket here in the breast, which works fine too. Anything to make it easy access and not have to have a fanny pack, you know, just another piece of gear that is going to be weight and something you can get up and walk away from. So if you're out buying clothes, think about it. I don't know why a lot of these manufacturers haven't thought about it and at least give an option for a zippered pocket on all these tops, especially for backpacking. It just makes sense. Okay, I stopped in Flagstaff to repair my boots and get my resupply, and I decided to come down to Darwin's new digs here, and it is really nice. And I talked to Snuggles. They're building stuff in the back here. Come see them. This is their antique wall here, and I've got just about every one of those things. Since my boots are going to be in ICU for 12 or 15 hours, I'm going to go into Goodwill and find some flip-flops or something.